Well, hello, my beautiful, gorgeous Pisces. How are you, my darlings? So, guess what? You guys were the second most viewed video. So, I want to thank you so much. Cancer was the first. They blew it out of the water, but you guys were the second. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and really listening and watching these videos and supporting me. So, thank you. So, before we move on to what's going on with you, there's just a couple of announcements I want to make. Because these videos can get so long and not everybody wants to see a long video, I'm only going to give you the highlights on this video, do a little bit of tarot, and then I'm going to do the more detailed, longer video on my website. It'll be for download for like $2.99, maybe $3.99. That'll be in a couple of days. Once I get all the first set out, then I'll get the videos on my website out. So if you're interested in exactly what house these things are gonna happen, and exactly how it could happen with the aspects, I'm not gonna talk too much about aspects this time. You may want to watch that video. So I'm also going to, on my website, I want to remind you that I have my I Love You, Love You, Love You apparel out, and my Zodiac apparel, which is awesome. We've had a lot of people order, so I can't wait till everybody gets theirs in. Anything that I talk about, any videos, or my website, or any of that I talk about, I always have the links down below or on the side of this video. Okay. Also, I wanted to mention that a lot of you were asking for a session with me like this, where I do the tarot and I look at your transits, your chart, and what's going on in like the next month, right? So I'm now offering that, and that'll be on my website as well. And then the other things that I'm going to be doing this month is the downloads. They'll be for purchase, for meditation, for chakra clearing, and for manifestation. I don't want to call it law of attraction, because law of attraction is like a piece of it. Like I explained it, you know, a Piscean is going to manifest in a very different way than a Capricorn is, or a Cancer is, or a Leo would do it. So I'm going to have these videos where I do not videos, these audios where I'm doing teaching on that. But I also have hypnotherapy videos where, sorry, these are audios, hypnotherapy audios where, you know, it's guided meditation or giving some affirmations, or it'll be a whole bunch of different things. So I'm working on those. And then, you know, I've had the privilege of being able to coach and work a lot with a lot of you. So, you know, if that's something that's a really, if you're ready to change and you're ready to work with me and you're ready, like, that may be something that you want to look at, is the holistic life coaching, the spiritual advising. You know, that's when you come to that time that you are ready to do this. And that's also being offered on my website. So the other thing is that I'm going to have the Uranus videos, because Uranus is moving from Aries to Taurus. We have all these big things going on, and I know I say that every month, but these are really big planets that are changing signs, that are retrograding, that are in their houses, that are like, we have this, and you guys can see this already with Scorpio with Jupiter in Scorpio. You know, you can see this in our society, how things are changing, how people are having to, you know, how the society is like, if it doesn't have integrity, or it needs to be changed, you know, it's got to come down and it's got to be restructured. And then we have Saturn in Capricorn, where it's going to be restructured. And now we have Uranus moving into Taurus, where that's going to give us some security, and that's going to give us some tactile things. Those are going to give us the hard things that we work for. Those are going to give us the sensual pleasures, right? We had Uranus, and still have Uranus in Aries, where we had new beginnings and we were starting. And so these bigger planets, I'm going to do the Uranus moving into Taurus, because it's going to be a very different time than what we're having now. So I'm doing that for each sign. That will be also on my website. So Uranus enters Taurus till 2026. So we have been working on this stuff for the last 7-8 years. If you look at your life, the last 7-8 years, things have been really happening. They changed from the last period. Like, there was a lot of restructuring going on. There was a lot of things happening. There was some shock and awe. There were like relocations and all kinds of stuff happening. Divorces, marriages, like all that was happening. And we're coming to the end of that, and we're moving now into Taurus. Uranus is going to move now into Taurus. So it'll be there till 2026. We'll be working on it. It is going to retro back into Aries, November 26, 2018, till March 26, 2019. So for that time period, it'll move back into Aries. Well, it'll feel like this energy now. But from mid-May, when it moves, it's going to change into a very different sign. And so whatever sign or house it's in, it has to play by that house's rules, right? So Uranus was being like Aries, just me, childish, like start, spark, fire, passion. That's Uranus playing by the rules of Aries. Now it's going to move into Taurus, where it's a lot slower paced, where it's very, it wants to be stable. It wants the tactile. It wants to use the senses. It wants security. It wants comfort. So it's going to have to be playing by Taurus's rules. Okay. So this month we have a lot of great things going on. We have 3 trines. We have water grand trine. Sorry, 3 grand trines. We have a water grand trine. We have an earth grand trine, and we have a fire grand trine. That's 3 trines. 3 grand trines in a month. That's crazy. And if you don't know what grand trines are, you can think of those as divine blessings. Those are blessings from the universe, blessings from God, blessings from your angels, blessings. These are gifts. These were things that were supposed to be on your path, whether you believe it or not. This is something that you agreed to way before you even came into this earth. This is something that you're wanting to experience. So these are gifts. Now, the grand trine on the earth side, or the earth grand trine, is going to behave very differently than the grand trine of the fire, right? And so you're going to get gifts in each of these areas. You're going to get gifts that these things are going to happen, and where that's going to happen for you is different than where it's going to happen for everybody else. That's why I'm going to do that in that video on my website. So that's going to be happening. We have those 3 grand trines. We have Mercury entering Taurus. We have Mercury entering Taurus. We have the full moon, or the new moon in Taurus, and then we have the full moon in Sagittarius. So those are the things that are going to be going on in the month of May. I'm going to go over these very quickly. Right now we are in, Mars is in shadow, which means pay attention to what's going on right now, where Mars is at and how it's behaving, because when it hits end of June, it's going to retrograde, and this is right, whatever's going on right now is setting the tone for what's going to be really being worked on from at the end of June. Okay, so remember, retrogrades are all about reorganizing, amending, completing, endings, all of that. Like that's what the things that are like you're amending and you're sort of being focused on right now, wherever Mars is for you. Those are the things that it's going to be setting the tone that you're really going to be focused and working on those things at the end of June. Okay, so I think that's all for you guys. Let me look in, that's all the highlights. Let me go look in. It's going to start on the 13th. Let me move this, pardon me, because I have to look at 2 different screens. All right, so on the 13th, Mercury enters Taurus. So here's Mercury. And right now it's right on Uranus, right? It's like right, it's almost exact. So it's like, it's not exact, but it's almost exact, meaning it's really having that conversation. So on the 13th, it's having that conversation with Uranus, but it's going to be moving into Taurus, okay? So this beautiful Pisces is going to be happening in your 3rd house. 1, 2, 3. If you look at that, this is you right here, and then 1, 2, 3. So Mercury moving into your 3rd house is about, and Mercury loves the 3rd house. Mercury works well in the 3rd house. Gemini it's the ruler of Gemini, so it works well in this house. So the 3rd house is about communication, about processing, about media, about writing, about vlogging, about entertainment, any of that. That's what this house does. So when Mercury comes in there, remember, it's going to behave and express itself like Taurus. So Taurus is tactile. Taurus wants to see. It wants to feel physically what's going on. It wants its senses tickled, right? So when Mercury enters Taurus, it's going to behave very differently than when it would be in Gemini, but it's still going to be processing these things that you have been working on. So if you've been working on your communication, if you work in the media, if you work in the entertainment industry, if you are a writer and author, if you are, you know, a vlogger, or whatever you do, if it's about communication, you're going to see some benefit, because Taurus wants security. Taurus wants comfort. So it's going to, moving into Taurus, it's going to be bringing you those gifts in that third house. So congratulations, Pisces. If you've been working hard on this stuff, you're going to see results now. I know things haven't been looking really well because we've had all these retrogrades and we've been redoing stuff and things didn't come through. But when this happens in this house, this is something that's going to pop up for you. So then we're going to move to the 15th. The 15th is a big day. So pardon me, let me move to the 15th. So on the 15th, we have the new moon in Taurus. See this new moon? So not only, so we're going to have this Uranus Mercury conjunct, which means they're speaking together in harmony. That means they're speaking together closely. And what they're talking about is what they're going to be bringing to you in this house and how they're going to be doing that, and what vibration are you helping with, right? To get this to become physical. Remember, Taurus wants physical. But we also have the new moon. The new moon is about manifestations. It's about doing the next thing. It's about getting those things that were the fate, the destiny, that stuff. And with this new moon here and that sun in your house, in that house of Taurus, in your third house, you got a lot of things coming in this house. This is the third house for you. So if your job or your relationships are about, you've been growing and really trying to say what you want, really trying to voice your opinion, and really having your boundaries, like, you're going to have gifts of this coming through. So that's going to be on the 15th. And then we're going to move to, no, I'm sorry. And on the 15th, we also have not just the new moon, but we have the Mars-Pluto trine, okay? So we have the Mars-Pluto and new moon grand trine. So that grand trine is the Earth grand trine. So something physical is coming through this house. I'm telling you. Something physical is coming through this house that has to do with your first house and your 11th house of gains. So this to me tells me this has to do with your work or your career, or if it's your relationship, maybe you work with a spouse, maybe you have the same company together. I don't know what this is, and it's different things for different people, but this grand trine is going to bring you something in the physical. So congratulations on the 15th. Now, some of you, it may not happen exactly on the 15th. Maybe it happens on the 14th. Maybe it happens on the 16th. Maybe it happens in a week later. But whatever this is, that energy is big, and grand trines are about bringing you gifts. Gifts from the universe. Gifts that were supposed to be on your path, that are supposed to be on your path, whether you believe it or not. Okay? So, on the 19th, let me move to the 19th. Sorry about that, having to change. So on the 19th, this is another big day. We have the grand water trine. Okay, so first of all, Venus moves into Cancer. So there's Venus, and this is Cancer. So it's going to move into Cancer on the 19th. So your Pisces here, this is your first, second, third, fourth, fifth house. Okay, so this is your house of love affairs. This is your house of creativity. This is a house of whatever your heart speaks. That's what you're trying to create, right? So Venus is the planet of love, a planet of luck, the planet of money. That's what she wants to bring you. So in this house of love affairs, Pisces, you're going to be looking beautiful, because she's going to give you the beauty for love affairs. She's going to bring luck. She's going to bring you money. She wants to bring you these things if you're speaking from your heart. So on this day, that's when the energy begins of, you know, what's coming through. Is luck coming through? Is more money coming through? Is love coming through? These are love affairs. This may not be a partnership of forever, but this is a love affair. This is something that you're really speaking from your heart. So that's going to be happening on the 19th. But the grand water trine, this grand water trine is Venus goes into Cancer, Jupiter's already in Scorpio, and Neptune is in Pisces in your house. So something big is coming for you. I'm telling you, for every sign, something big is coming. But something big is coming for you emotionally, to emotionally fulfill you, to emotionally get what you want, because the universe has heard you, God's heard you, source, oneness, your angels, they've all heard your cries. I'm telling you, I can hear they're saying they've heard your cries. This water grand trine has something to do with that, that's being brought to you. Some of you may think it's one thing, but it's really another. But it's not a bad thing. It's like, oh my God, it was so much better this way, right? So the thing with grand trines is you don't have to work very hard to even accept them. They're just supposed to be on your path. Trines are different. Trines are opportunities that you have to make a decision about and take an action. Okay, but grand trines are just these gifts that come from nowhere, from the universe. They're divinely guided for you. Okay, so something is happening with this, because the if you look, this house, which is your first house, this is your 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th house of beliefs, and your 5th house of creativity. All these are going to be lit up. So something's coming through with that. Okay, so congratulations. Now on the 20th, the sun enters Gemini. So let me move to the 20th. And that was happening on the 19th. But on the 20th, the sun is moving into Gemini. So the sun is going to be moving into your 4th house. So your 4th house is about who you are, your DNA, where you've come from, why you came from there, what's going on in there. And what you ultimately understand about this house is that home is where the heart is. That no matter that you came from there, that you still are you in your own aspect. Your home is where your heart is. And so you learn to be comfortable with who you are, where you came from, but are who you are now, and move on from there, right? And so when the sun goes into this Gemini house, in your 4th house, there's going to be some clarity. There's an epiphany. There's some clearing going on. There's something that maybe you couldn't figure out. Some of you may have been wondering, because I'm getting this is strange because I haven't gotten this before, but some of you may be wondering where you came from. Like, maybe you thought your mother was, or your father was somebody, or your uncle was somebody, or like maybe you were adopted. I mean, there could be some clarity coming in that. There's like clarity in where you came from, and your DNA and your lineage. Okay, so if you've been working on that and that's sort of been on the background, maybe not in your focus, but on the background, it looks like when the sun moves into here, there's going to be some kind of clarity coming for you, or understanding for you. So then the 25th, let me move to the 25th. So then on the 25th, we have Jupiter and Neptune trining, okay? So Jupiter's here, and this is you, 12, 11, 10, 9. So again, Jupiter's in your 9th house, and Neptune's in your 1st house. Your 1st house is your identity. It's who you are. It's who you are when you think nobody's looking. It's who you really are. Right? It's who the people closest to you know you to be, right? It's your identity here. It has to do with your body, your physicalness, okay? So this is a trine. It's not a grand trine, it's a trine. And a trine is opportunity coming, but you have to take an action, make a decision to do it, right? To be able to accept the energy, you have to do your part, which means I'm making a decision and I'm taking an action in it, right? So that's opportunity for you coming. There's something about your belief in you. There's something about, with this 9th house and your 1st house being lit up with this trine, there's an opportunity for you to come to some sort of understanding, some sort of gift comes that you understand about who you are, who you really are, and where you are going and where you want to go. Okay, so that's going to be happening for you on the 25th. Now, on the 29th, we have the 3rd grand trine, and we have this new moon. So, I'm sorry, this full moon. So, we have the full moon in Sagittarius. So, this is in your 10th house. So, let me say this. If you worked on something in your new moon time, when the full moon comes in your 10th house, you could reap the benefits of that. There could be something ending, some completion, something coming through of your 10th house of stature, your 10th house of reputation, your 10th house of your life purpose, your 10th house of your career. That's what this is, okay? So in this, and listen, Sagittarius likes to make the unknown known. It's the guru. It likes to make the unknown known, Okay, so there could be something that you had been working on. I kind of feel like a lot of clarity for you in this month. And I don't just mean like, oh, I thought that's what it was. I mean like physical things come to you where you're like, that's exactly what it was. And I didn't realize that, but that is nothing but what that is, because I'm looking at it right in front of me, right? Like that physicalness, clarity coming to you. This could be more money, a new position, a new partner in business, a new partner in love. Maybe the love of your life shows up. Like this is something physical for you. Okay. So when this full moon is on the 29th, this is about you letting go. This is about you completing some things and completing some understandings, completing, like maybe you completed the resume process and the interview process and you get the job. Like there's some completions, resolutions, and letting go. Okay, endings. But on that same day, we have the fire grand trine. Okay, so the fire grand trine is this full moon in Sagittarius, Chiron in Aries, and I'm going to do those videos on my website where Chiron has now moved into Aries, and I'm going to explain how it goes into each sign and how it's going to be affected each sign in the next years to come. If you haven't seen my Chiron video, I will attach it on the side here so that you can understand what Chiron is, what that energy is, and what you've been going through and are going to be going through, right? So you have full moon in Sag, Chiron in Aries, and this North Node in Leo. Chiron in Aries, this is your second house. This is your 10th house. This is your 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th house. This is your 6th house of daily activities and health and well-being. So there is something in here with this grand trine that's going to bring passion, going to light you up, going to bring you excitement, going to bring you fulfillment in some way. Okay, that's what a grand trine is. It's these gifts, remember. So you've got that coming too. I mean, you guys have this great, great month, not just of emotionally clearing, mentally clearing, but physical clearing too. And it's about time. Like it is about time for you guys. So congratulations. Again, I will have it in more detail and talk about each of the aspects that are going to be going on throughout the month on my website at yourindigopath2.com. I want to thank you guys so far for those of you that I get to work with all the time. I'm so, like, I love working with you guys. So I want to thank you for that. So let's do this tarot reading. Let me expand this. All right, look at the cards that you have, Pisces. I mean, oh my gosh. But then look what you do over here. Oh, I don't think you can see this cursor. But look what you do in this third card. Like, I love you, but you have this bad habit of doing for everybody else and not doing for yourself. That's what the Hanging Man is. I mean, look at these cards. I don't think I've seen in this deck yet where the Wheel of Fortune and the World came together. And the Seven of Cups. That's crazy. Like, you have so much opportunity and your life is really changing. And you're going to revert to the old habit of self-sacrifice. Letting somebody else take it. It's okay. I see something bigger. I don't want to deal with that. I don't mean that much. Like, you need to stop that. It's time to stop. It's time for you to realize that you are just as worthy as everyone else. Okay? You are. You are loved. You are important. And you matter. You matter. Okay? That's what I'm getting from Spirit. Okay. So, in your first position, this is the first position. This has to do with how you are now, what you're doing in the month of May. This is your challenge. This is your challenge. And this is your fated stuff. This is the stuff that's coming in. This is the destiny stuff. This is what I'm talking about here. And this is where you're headed. This is the outcome. I'm hoping that you're changing this around and this becomes the outcome. I'm hoping that you see this and you get some clarity and you're like, nope, not going to do it like I did it before. I'm going to do it this way. Okay? So let's talk about these cards. In your first position, and I do apologize, I'm going to get a better setup. I'm just really looking at this new setup. But in your first position, this is the Wheel of Fortune. I love this card for you. So I apologize if I'm too far away from the mic. I love this card for you. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Look how beautiful this card is. This is your card. This is you in the month of May. I'm looking at the moons and the cycles of the moons and how things came through for you. I'm seeing that the things that you've been really working hard on, those are coming through for you. I'm seeing that you're really excited. I'm seeing that you're trusting yourself again. I'm seeing that it's either in love or in money or in your career or your family where things are really turning, and you're seeing that. Things are coming towards you in the physical. So congratulations with that. Your advice is the world. Or it's not, it's your challenge and advice. So your challenge is the world. And the world to me means that if phase for you is changing, okay? It means that you're moving from one place to the next phase. If you've been in a place where you had nothing, you are now attaining things. If you've been in a place where you didn't have a partner, you're now coming to the space where you're going to have a partner. Now, as much as you've seen this change and you worked on manifesting this from thin air, because you're a Pisces, you can manifest from thin air. As much as you've done that, you're also, the challenge is that you're afraid of moving in the wrong direction. The challenge is that once it starts moving, are you doing it right? And so that's the challenge. What they're saying with this is to go with the flow. Trust yourself, trust the universe, trust that you did it right, trust that you did it the way you want it, and trust that if you've already mastered what it's like to be taken advantage of, if you've already mastered what it's like to have everything and then have nothing, if you've already mastered what it's like to be destitute or what it's like to be so heartbroken that you can't get up, then that time is over. And you don't have to master that again. You'll see it coming, you'll know, and you'll let it go. Trust yourself that you called in the other things to master. The abundance, the love forever, how somebody can love you and meld with you and the boundaries can all go away. Trust yourself. But the fated destiny stuff that's for you is this hanging man. And the hanging man is not sacrificing because somebody's making you sacrifice. This is self-sacrifice. If you look at this card, if you look, I'm trying to put it where you guys can see it. If you look at this card, he can get out of that hanging position at any time. There's nothing holding him. He is the only one holding himself in that position. So what I'm seeing is that as you become abundant, as these things come to pass, that you get in this position where you have this habit of, well, they need it, so I should give it to them. Or, well, they need more attention, so I should give it to them. Or they need more emotional help, so I should give it to them. And then you run dry. This is self-sacrificing. Or, yeah, I should have gotten that opportunity, but I didn't really go for it because that other person probably needed it more than I did. No, 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 no. This is self-sacrifice. You don't have to do that. You can understand that you are valuable and worthy. Okay? That other time is over. This is a new time now. All right? So, please turn that card around. Now, where you're moving to is the Seven of Cups. I love the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups means that you're in like the Matrix, in the field where opportunity comes like synchronicities are happening. Things are manifesting fast. Like you see something, they offer it to you, you say yes. You say yes. These are things and opportunities seen and unseen. That is where you're moving towards. As you accept these things, as you understand your worthiness, and as you move into this different space, you will come to this place where opportunity is all around you and you will see it and you will take the action. You will actually take the action. That's what I see happening for you in the month of May. So congratulations. I want to remind everybody to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching my videos again. I love you, love you, love you. See you soon. Bye.